Hi guys, welcome to this particular video. Here we're going to talk about our fierce fundamental techniques. So again, this video is for the people who have come on board with our fierce fundamentals program and you're just looking to refresh the techniques that we go through that particular workshop, or if you've come to a series of workshops or anything you've done with us, this is going to go through the basic techniques that we cover. So the first technique that you will have covered with us in the workshop is the palm heel. Okay, and I guess the really important thing to understand when we are palm healing somebody, okay, is that we try and catch it under the chin. I'm using this part of my hand here. And to be clear, of course, I never ever want you to have to use this technique. But if you do have to use it, you need to use your entire body, okay? And you want to come in under the chin here, so you can force their head back. Excuse me. When we force somebody's head back, what happens is their body fights to bring them back into balance, okay? And that gives you a moment to do something next, to do something next, to do something next, so that you can get away. So the other part of it is when I'm using my palm heel, if I miss and I scrape up, I'm going to get the nose. When we hit the nose, the eyes water uncontrollably, again, giving you a moment. If I miss and come in low, we get the throat. I don't know if you've ever been hit in the throat. I've been hit a couple of times in the throat. It suddenly becomes very hard to breathe, okay? You know, your airways close up a bit, your body tightens up. And, you know, again, it gives you, we talk about in the program, it gives you a moment. Okay, these things are very rarely the killer shot that Holly would have us believe, okay, but it does give you a moment to be able to do something next, do something next, do something next, so that you can get away. From there, we go on to the elbow. Okay, so our key learning tips there when we're doing this is to make sure when I'm trying to hit somebody with the elbow that my hand isn't up in this direction, okay? So because mechanically, when I try and hit somebody like this, I've got very little power, right? The only muscle that's really activating here is my pectoral muscles and maybe a little bit of deltoid. But the second I roll my hand down, okay, I can get this whole mechanic from shoulder to foot all the way in on that action, okay? So as with everything here at Goodtogo, full body activity, right? And if you're using this, you're in a violent situation, somebody's probably hitting you, so you need to get your whole body behind it. Okay, so we're coming in, bang. The places I'm aiming for, cross under the eyes here, on the what do we call this? The clavicle, nyckelben in Swedish. Across the clavicle here, I can even come into the floating ribs if they're particularly tall. All right, floating ribs, solar plexus, anywhere that's going to cause the body to collapse just a little bit. All right. And you know, in the workshop we introduced this term instructional integrity, which means what I'm trying to do is stop your ability or my opponent's ability to continue moving forward. Okay, so when I'm using my elbows, I'm not just flailing about aimlessly. I want to be hitting some part of my opponent's body that's going to stop them from doing what it is that they're doing. You know, if I can get good contact with the clavicle, I might be able to dislocate the joints. These joints, anybody who's ever played rugby will know how easy these joints are dislocated, how easy it is to dislocate them, okay? One good hard hit and you can push it out. It means that they lose the ability to move their arm the way they would, okay? Again, if I hit the throat starts to close up. If I hit the solar plexus, diaphragm starts to spasm out. It's hard to get air in. If I hit the floating ribs, same thing can come up into the diaphragm, affects our ability to breathe. So, you know, creating that destruction of their structural integrity. The other important thing that we need to talk about here though is if I am using my elbows, I am probably being hit, okay? I can't use my elbows at distance. I'm definitely within, within their hand's reach. So, you know, if you're using them as a striking weapon, it is important to understand that you have got to do it with all of your internal might there, because this person who is being violent towards you is being violent towards you, right? So that's where we're using the arrow. You know, if they're trying to come in and grab you, get your elbows out. All right? If you're within this kind of a reach, good spot for your elbows to come out. The other thing there is if I post my hand on my chest and have my elbow between me and my perpetrator, they can't close this gap. Okay? And that is a really important piece of information for you, or a bit of space, a bit of personal space. So it's like, stay back there, man. Ellie's gonna try and grab me from the front, right? And I'm just gonna go bang! Okay, so now you get to see how it works from here. And then I get my other elbow to come in, right? And I just keep getting forward until I can grab hold of something and use my knees, which we're going to go to next. Thank you, Ellie. So that's elbows, okay? Then we've got knees. Same with elbows, man. If you're close enough to use your knees, you're close enough to be hit. Well, they're either hitting you or they're trying to grab you, they're touching you in some way. So, you know, you gotta try and get them off you, basically. And I won't go into the full 5-minute rant here, but in the workshop, we talk about, instead of going for the good old knee to the nuts, what in fact we're trying to do is dislocate this joint here at the bottom of the pubic, or it's called the pubic symphysis. So keep that in mind, right? The reason I explain it and go through it in so much detail in the workshop is because if I can change the way you think about this, I like to think or hope it's going to work better for you. Even if you don't get the dislocate there, the worst you're going to do is give them a knee to the nuts, right? Okay, but the best case scenario is, again, going for that structural integrity, destroying their ability to stand. So when I'm performing this knee, I gotta hold on. You gotta hold on for dear life, all right? Holding on, pulling them into you, getting your knee up and into that pubic bone as hard and as fast as you possibly can. Come in with your elbows, come in with your palm heel afterwards, tell them to go away in a different way, run as fast as you can, okay? And then after that, we've got the stomping kick, all right? And this is the one thing that is important to understand with the stomping kick, is that it turns out, okay? Now, if I go to kick somebody with my foot straight, all right, it might slide off, and then I'm gonna land in front, and my head is right near their hands, and I'm off balance, and I haven't done what I've set out to do, which is gonna put me in a small state of shock. Hopefully not, but if I turn my foot out like this and kick for the knee, okay, turn it out, I'm gonna catch everything that is the width of my foot. I've got the whole width of my foot there to catch their leg with. And then I get my whole body weight behind it, bang, right on the inside of the knee, on top of the knee, bottom of the knee, on the outside of the knee, I don't care, just go for the knee, right? Because here's the thing, when somebody is in your personal space, somebody's causing you physical harm or being violent towards you, if you destroy that knee, they can't chase you, okay? Same with the foot. Destroy their ability to walk, destroy their ability to stand, destroy their structural integrity, they cannot chase you. And that's where we're at. Because the goal here is to get home, right? That's my 4 favorite techniques that we teach in the fundamentals program. Of course, the more you train, the better you are at it. You know, and I say this to everybody who comes through here in our programs, simply doing a 90-minute workshop is not enough. You've come in, you've learnt it, and hopefully it is my sincere hope that you never, ever have to use these techniques. But if you do, those are the easiest ones I can give you so that you can keep yourself safe. The other part of it there is, everybody who comes in contact with me will hear me say this as well, learn to trust your instincts, okay? And then hopefully you'll never have to use those techniques. Walk away from people, Don't be polite for the sake of being polite. If somebody's creeping you out, walk away. Keep a good distance. Ellie comes up to me on the tunnel bonnet to ask me for something.
Hi, could I?
Okay, it's a simple thing, right? But now I'm out of arm's reach from her.
Could I?
Hey, just stay there. Sorry, give me a gap. How can I help you? Okay, I don't have to sacrifice my personal safety for politeness. And we've all been through that in the workshop. If you haven't been in the workshop, come and join in for the workshop, right? There's a fun little thing that I talk about in the workshop, one of my favorite scenes in a movie. But here's the thing. The essential part is trust your instincts, learn to listen to them. Just learn to listen to them. Give yourself permission to recognize and understand that somebody in your current field is not okay. Somebody has an intention that is untoward to you, and you need to create space for yourself. And that is always okay. Okay? So that's fundamentals. To play with it more, come back to another workshop, or if you haven't already done the workshop, come to a workshop. Other than that, I hope to be training with you soon. Bye for now.